Hi, I'm Jess, and this morning, and here we have two guests. The guests are the new producers of the new film, Scarlet Lady. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, we're good, thanks.
Great. And how does your film use, develop and challenge different forms of media?
Well, our film originally started with a montage, which uses alternative start for a film. It adds different images together to create something really random, which draws the audience's attention to it, making it more important than what they originally think.
Also gives some clues as to what the rest of the film's going to be like, which can help them, encourage them to come watch it.
Great. Okay, now your film has been produced, who would you like to distribute your media convention?
Well, we've been approached by quite a few big companies, but we decided upon just generally cutting it down, keeping our own rights to it, but getting Paramount Pictures to distribute it.
Oh, that should be interesting. Should be a big film. How did you represent your characters involved?
Throughout the whole of the film. So this can kind of signify certain things.
Well, it can signify things such as like sex and lust and prostitution even to some people, which is quite a strong idea in its own. The concept helps the identity of the woman be like created, whilst contrasting with our overall representation of her, as later on we find out that she is the killer, which is not a usual typical stereotype of a woman.
Yeah. She actually runs away in heels and stockings. That doesn't give a great opinion for women. What do you think women have? Like, what do you think their view on this is?
Well, our preferred reading of women is that they actually think of themselves as quite I don't know what the word is.
Elegant.
Elegant, yeah. They definitely don't portray themselves as, like, they definitely don't stereotype themselves as a prostitute like this woman is. So it's probably a radical reaction to them.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch the whole of this film. I've just been really excited. I've seen clips and it looks great. Do you think I would enjoy it? What are the demographics of the target audience?
Well, of course you'd enjoy it if you're a fan of mystery crime movies, especially if you prefer there being a female character involved, as the main involvement of the movie is around a female.
Okay, so what age group do you think would be interested in this film?
Well, when we were like directing and even just producing the script, we thought of using like older teenagers to probably 30-year-olds. Preferably female would be like the ideal thing for it, but also guys would enjoy it too.
Okay then, Nelly, this question is just for you. What have you learnt about technologies since producing your product?
Well, we did do some research, and we done a test kind of film, a preliminary task, and we used shots such as shot reverse shot and 180-degree rule, and we've tried to include match on action, things like that, into our Scarlet Lady film, so that it can show different diverse camera angles and shots.
How was it using the camera? Was it weird? Because I know this is probably the first proper film you've produced. So was it hard to get around all the camera movement and the zooms and stuff like that? Was it difficult to figure out?
I think it was
At
quite
first it
difficult,
was.
yeah.
Eventually we did start getting more used to using all the different areas and elements of the camera, and now we could probably pick it up and just sort it out straight away.
Well, I've seen a clip and the camera looks like professionals on it, so you've done a good job. What do you think you've learned since your preliminary test? Do you think you've expanded on your ideas that you used?
Well, we started off using some of the same ideas, like using some of the similar shots and openings, but we developed our own from there, like using the montage that wasn't part of our original preliminary task, and we developed that further and changed into a continuity editing part, which we use similar opening parts to.
Also, I know, because I was talking to you backstage, that you have a bit of problems with finding a setting for your continuity editing bit, where you have a talk in the coffee shop. How did that actually pan out in the end?
Well, originally we couldn't find a place that would actually let us film there, but we did find one, Maggie's coffee shop, which was really helpful. And
It was a nice little coffee shop.
yeah, but it was really small, so it was difficult to get the camera equipment in the right place and get the right angles that we wanted. So we did have to kind of improvise a little bit there. So, yeah.
Although with our improvisation, eventually the manager did come and speak to us and wanted us to produce him a film as well.
Well, hopefully we see more films from you guys then, because this film sounds good. We're going to cut to a clip now, because Nelly done some audience research. We're going to cut to a clip of your audience telling us what they thought about a clip of your film. Thank you very much for having me.
My favourite part of the film was the beginning, where she was walking. I thought it was really different, and I liked the shot sizes and the music that went with it.
I did actually get to watch the film really early on, and when she was running there was no footsteps, so it sounded a bit fake, but now that I've got to watch it again, it seems really good.
I like the way that it was the coffee shop. You didn't get told exactly what was happening, but there was like bits of it you were able to kind of guess, and it was left up to the audience to have their own interpretation of what was happening, which makes you want to carry on and watch the rest of the film.
It was kind of teenage-like. The bit where you have the voiceover of the policeman talking helps you to understand what the actual film is about and helps you to gather what the storyline's going to be.
I liked the way women were represented in this film. I liked the high heels, it really added to it, and the red lipstick. The montage at the beginning of the film gave me clues about the film, and I liked how random it was.
Thank you, and that's the end. Thank you very much.